A plain page of blue links. No videos, no autoplay, no recommendations, no algorithm. Just categories stacked like a bulletin board: jobs, housing, for sale, services, gigs, personals, resumes. At first glance, it looks boring. It looks outdated. It looks like something from the dawn of the internet. Because it is. But this page, this wall of text, quietly became one of the most influential websites in the world. It rewired how we move, how we buy, how we rent, how we date. It toppled newspaper classifieds. It generated billions of dollars. It survived lawsuits, scandals, congressional hearings, and murder headlines. Craigslist, the ugly website that changed everything. And behind its minimalism is a story filled with controversy, crime, and culture wars. Tonight, we're pulling it all together. From Craigslist's humble beginnings in San Francisco to its battles with attorneys general and tech giants, to the infamous Craigslist killer headlines splashed across newspapers, to the questions we still ask today. How safe is the internet when you let everyone post anything? And who should be responsible when that freedom turns deadly? This is the story of Craigslist, the quiet giant of the web, and the scandals that shaped its legacy. Craigslist began in 1995. Craig Newmark, a former IBM programmer living in San Francisco, wanted to share a list of local tech meetups and social events. So he sent out an email. That's it. That's how Craigslist started. An email list. One guy forwarding invitations to friends. But people loved it. Word spread. Craig added more categories: apartments, jobs, sales. By 1996, the email list became a simple website. The ethos was clear from the start. Keep it free, keep it simple, make it useful. While dot-com startups were chasing millions in venture capital, Craigslist refused the hype. Its design never tried to dazzle. Its colors were gray and blue. Its staff was tiny. Yet it grew like wildfire. By the early 2000s, Craigslist had spread across dozens of U.S. cities. By 2010, it operated in more than 700 cities across 70 countries. And all this with a team of fewer than 50 employees. But Craigslist's simplicity came with consequences. The less you moderate, the more you invite chaos. The freer the wall, the more dangerous the crowd can be. And the crowd was about to test Craigslist in ways Craig Newmark never imagined. Newspapers used to thrive on classifieds. Those tiny ads for jobs, apartments, cars, and services made billions every year. They funded journalism. They kept local papers alive. Then Craigslist arrived. Free listings, unlimited space, no middlemen. By 2012, researchers estimated Craigslist cost U.S. newspapers over $5 billion in lost revenue. Entire business models collapsed. Journalists lost jobs. Local papers shut down. Craigslist didn't kill journalism intentionally. It just built a cheaper, more efficient system. But the fallout was massive, and critics argued that the site didn't replace what was lost: community accountability, editorial oversight, safety. Craigslist gave everyone a megaphone. But when everyone speaks at once, who listens? And who takes responsibility when something goes wrong? By the mid-2000s, Craigslist had an erotic services category. It was one of the site's most controversial sections. Critics said it enabled prostitution and trafficking. Supporters argued it gave sex workers a safer way to screen clients. By 2009, pressure mounted. Attorneys general from multiple states demanded action. News outlets ran stings. Politicians accused Craigslist of profiting from exploitation. Craig Newmark and his team defended the section. They said they worked with law enforcement. They said posts were manually reviewed. They said the real issue wasn't Craigslist, it was the crimes themselves. But the political firestorm kept growing. In 2010, 17 state attorneys general signed a letter demanding Craigslist shut down the category. And so, in September 2010, without warning, the adult services page in the US went dark. In its place, a black bar with one word, stamped in bold white letters: censored. It was a protest. It was a statement. Craigslist wanted the world to know this wasn't their choice. It was censorship. But a few months later, the section was removed worldwide. The fight was over. Or was it? Critics argued the ads just moved elsewhere, to sites with less oversight and more danger. Supporters of the takedown claimed it was a victory for morality. In truth, both sides were right. The demand didn't vanish. It just moved deeper underground. Craigslist's personals were legendary. Misconnections, casual encounters, love stories, and sometimes horror stories. For many, it was a quirky human corner of the internet. For others, it was a legal time bomb. In 2018, Congress passed FOSTA SESTA, a law that carved a hole in Section 230, the law that shields platforms from liability for user posts. Craigslist's response was swift and devastating. The personals were deleted overnight. A farewell message appeared. Any tool or service can be misused. We can't take such a risk. To the millions of spouses, partners, and couples who met through Craigslist, we wish you every happiness. And just like that, one of the most famous sections of the internet disappeared. Then came the headlines. 2007, Catherine Olson in Minnesota, murdered after answering a fake nanny ad. 2009, George Weber, a New York radio host, stabbed to death after meeting someone through Craigslist. 2009, Philip Markoff, a Boston medical student, lured women through erotic services ads. He murdered one, attacked others. The press dubbed him the Craigslist killer. 2010, James Sanders in Washington was killed after buyers invaded his home during a Craigslist jewelry sale. 2011, Richard Beasley in Ohio lured men with fake farm jobs. 3 were murdered. 2013, Miranda and a lady barber in Pennsylvania killed a man they met through Craigslist, later claiming falsely that she had killed dozens more. Each case was different. Each tragedy was unique, but the media lumped them together under one label: the Craigslist killer. The phrase stuck. It became a cultural shorthand. It made Craigslist synonymous with danger. Police departments began setting up safe exchange zones, well-lit, camera-monitored areas where buyers and sellers could meet under surveillance. A necessary solution to a problem Craigslist could never fully control. Not every Craigslist horror made headlines. Most were smaller, quieter, but no less harmful. Fake rental listings tricked desperate tenants into wiring deposits. Advanced check scams left job seekers in debt. Phony caregiver jobs targeted immigrants and students. Identity thieves used background checks to harvest personal data. Craigslist became a jungle where the rule was simple: if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But scammers thrived because Craigslist had so few barriers. Free listings meant endless opportunities, and with a small staff, the company could never police it all. In 2008, civil rights lawyers sued Craigslist for housing discrimination. The evidence? Thousands of ads saying no kids, Christians only, no Section 8. The court sided with Craigslist. Section 230 meant they weren't liable for what users posted. But the problem didn't go away. A 2022 Northeastern University study found blatant bias against renters with vouchers on Craigslist nationwide. Even where laws banned discrimination, the ads kept coming because Craigslist wasn't moderating, and legally, they didn't have to. In 2015, investigators found Craigslist listings for ivory, rhino horn, and other banned wildlife products. The estimated value was millions of dollars. Craigslist banned such sales on paper, but with so little oversight, enforcement was weak. Critics accused Craigslist of enabling black market trade. Craigslist design looks simple, but its data is valuable. Third-party apps wanted to reformat it. Craigslist wanted control. 2012, Craigslist sued ThirdTabs and PadMapper for scraping listings. The courts ruled in Craigslist's favor. It was a landmark case for web data and the CFAA. 2017, Craigslist sued RadPad for scraping and won a $60 million judgment, a staggering number, sending a message, you don't mess with Craigslist data. The irony is Craigslist thrives on user-generated content, but fiercely protects it once it's typed into its gray boxes. In 2004, eBay bought a minority stake in Craigslist. The partnership soured. eBay launched a rival site, Kijiji. Lawsuits followed. Eventually, Craigslist bought the stake back. The battle showed Craigslist's core philosophy: stay independent, stay small, stay stubborn. So what did we learn from Craigslist chaos? Moderation matters. Partnerships with police help. Public education is critical. And laws like Section 230 remain at the heart of the debate. Craigslist is a paradox. Too open, and crime thrives. Too closed, and freedom dies. Blue links on a blank page. A couch sold. A job found. A ring robbed. An apartment denied. A life lost. A law passed. A site unchanged. Maybe the web doesn't need more features. Maybe it needs fewer illusions. Craigslist has always told us exactly what it is: a public wall where anyone can post a note. The story was never the wall, it was the crowd. And the crowd, as ever, is equal parts generosity and danger. That's the Quiet Giant's legacy.